What's up, everybody? This is Brittany Slays from Unleash the Archers, just here to talk to you today about our upcoming EP called Explorers that's coming out on October 11th on Napalm Records. At the end of August, we released the first single, a track called Northwest Passage, which is a cover song of a Canadian folk singer called Stan Rogers. The song means a lot to us as a band. We put it on all the time when we're on tour. It's kind of known in Canada as the second national anthem. So we were just really excited to cover that track. And actually, it was initially supposed to be the bonus track on our album that we released back in 2017 called Apex. And we loved it so much that we knew that we had to give it some special treatment, and we held on to it. And now we're really excited to release it as a 7-inch vinyl EP. We recorded another Canadian cover song for the B-side on the vinyl, which is a cover of Heartless World by Tease. If you haven't listened to the original, definitely go check it out. It's a super rad song, and we want you to be able to compare our version with theirs when it comes out on October 11th. So for our first single, for Northwest Passage, we released a music video that we went all in on. We're pretty big nerds and, of course, huge Rick and Morty fans. So we decided to make a music video about the multiverse and the converging of timelines. And there's kind of a lot going on. And we've been really enjoying reading all of your theories and all your comments about what you think's going on. And some of you are like getting close, and some of you are way off, but that's okay. We're still having a really good time reading them all. But I'm here today to explain exactly what's going on in the music video. And so, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's here on the Napalm channel. So, the first thing that you want to do is you want to pay attention to my hands throughout the music video. The very first scene is of me in a bar at a venue just before we're about to put on a show, and I'm wearing a silver dragon ring on my pinky, and that is basically the one signifier of one of the characters that's throughout the whole video, which is who we call Evil Brittany, not biting Evil Morty at all in any way, shape, or form, but. So we follow Evil Brittany as she converges, as she kind of interrupts and throws herself into other UTA timelines throughout the music video, and she shows up a few times. So make sure you watch my hand, and the one that we kind of are, she's kind of like the main character of the whole story. She wears this ring throughout the video, so you can watch for that. Right, so basically, we just kind of threw as many different shots, as many different ideas, timelines, universes, dimensions, whatever you want to call them, in there as possible. So there's one where, Andrew and Grant don't even know each other, and Andrew is a FedEx driver, and Grant is just a stay-at-home dad. There's one where Grant and Scott are friends, and Grant is, paraplegic or whatever in a wheelchair. There's a timeline where the rest of the band is dead and I'm still alive. There's a timeline where you can see sort of me and Scott as normal, everyday people. I'm in an office and Scott is just walking his dog in the park. So as if the band never existed, as if we didn't even know each other, really. And then that's kind of laid over top of a band doing typical band things, recording in the music studio, hanging out at the jam spot, doing a photo shoot. And as the music amps up, the video amps up as well. The main character, Brittany, which we were calling Alpha Brittany, starts to see the timelines coalescing, basically. So there's a scene where Andrew is pumping gas and she witnesses him change between like 3 or 4 or 5 or I'm not sure how many different Andrews. And so that's kind of the first moment where it's just like, oh, okay, there's something weird going on here. And So at the end of it all, there's a scene where we're playing a live show, and Evil Brittany basically, inserts herself into Alpha Brittany's experience. So Alpha Brittany is starting to see all this, everything kind of go a little bit crazy. She's seeing all these different Brittany's from all these different timelines where there would be a Brittany singing for, a band, Unleash the Archers or whatever you want to call them. There's even one where Brittany's not in the band, but she's a fan of the band and she's in the audience watching Alpha Brittany or whomever, do her thing. So, and then we kind of like to think that because Evil Britney is going into all these timelines, she's trying to take out all of the other Britneys. And, you know, a little bit of a Highlander, there can be only one thing going on there. She's just wants to be the only Britney so that she can have her pick of whatever timeline she likes. And so that's why she pops out from behind the tree in the graveyard scene where there's one Britney that's lost her whole band. And, you know, just having the evil Britney kind of looking off angrily at her, you know, you can maybe get the feeling that she wanted to kill them all and not just the boys. So, right, so she shows up at the end there, and Alpha Brittany reaches out and is actually able to touch her. So she realizes that she's not just seeing things, but they are actually there. So she books it, and Evil Brittany pursues, and eventually, of course, you know, muddles with the space-time continuum or whatever, and is able to catch her on the stairs and kill her. Spoiler alert, sorry. Right, so then she comes back downstairs onto the stage and takes over Alpha Brittany's timeline, basically, which is kind of what her goal was the whole time. At the beginning of the video, you see Evil Brittany and her band are they're angry at each other, they're arguing all the time, so you just kind of have to assume that maybe their timeline isn't so great. They're not very successful, or they all hate each other, or what, I don't really know. Or maybe Evil Brittany's just straight up evil. But so now she's inserted herself into a timeline where things are going great and the band is doing well and they have lots of fans. And yeah, so yeah, so pretty nerdy premise, but you know, we're all kind of really big into science. We're pretty big. I personally myself am a really big fan of astrophysics and quantum mechanics and all that sort of stuff, and we just thought it'd be fun to play around with the whole multiverse side of things. We just, you know, if the multiverse exists, there are so many different variations of ourselves that are probably living out there, and just kind of wondered what it'd be like, you know, to have them all come crashing into one another. And so we thought we'd make a music video where that could happen. Yeah, so we hope you guys really enjoyed the video, enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. Just wanted to give a big shout out to Rod Scobie from Multipass Productions for all the hard work he did editing. There was a lot of special effects and crazy cuts and edits that he had to do for that video in order for it to turn out the way it did. So he did a killer job, and we're super thankful that he's part of the UTA family. So thanks so much, Scobie. And thank you so much to all those of you that have already pre-ordered the vinyl EP. Like, seriously, you guys are amazing. We sold out of the black, silver, and white in 2 days. So we've printed 2 more color variations, which will not be limited like the others were. So if you haven't had a chance to get your hands on the EP, those are available for order now. You can get the transparent green from Napalm and the neon orange from our indie merch website. Yeah, there's also bundles available. We've got a huge 5x5 flag, which I have here on the wall behind me, and I'll take a shot of that for you guys. And yeah, just thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you guys' support. We're so glad that this EP means as much to you guys as it does to us. You know, we are going to be putting out a full length next year, and we just kind of wanted to release these songs for you guys in the meantime. So make sure you guys subscribe to Napalm's YouTube channel so that you can get the notification when the next single comes out from our EP called Heartless World on October 11th. And of course, the whole EP will be available on October 11th as well. But you can pre-order now if you like what you hear so far. Thanks so much, you guys. We really appreciate your support. And we'll see you next time.